Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. So we're going to be doing a fun weekly reading vlog, or just like mood reading vlog, should we say. I'm not sure what this reading vlog is, I just thought I would start one. So I have a bit of an update. It's actually been a few days later and this vlog has kind of turned into just a mood read with me more, because I am struggling with my reading. I don't want to put pressure on myself, but I'm trying to just pick up what I'm in the mood for type thing, and I don't want to force myself to read anything. So I thought mood reading vlog, because I still want to, you know, vlog and stuff. But I do have quite the update for you all, because it's been a few days. I have been reading, I just haven't been updated. If I sound weird or anything like that, I am ill, unfortunately. I've got a really sore throat and also a cold to add on top of that. So yeah, if I sound weird, that is why. Update is a few days ago I actually read Phantom by H.D. Carlton, and I read this in one day, like in a few hours. This was a buddy read with Hermie from the book Hermit, and I don't know how to feel about this. Like, there was so many different opinions. It was so fun to buddy read. There was a lot to discuss. Now, I read it in a few hours and I didn't want to put it down. It was one of those where it was like I wanted to find out what happened and everything like that. But there's like a few things that I have to say that I didn't like so much, and that was the fact that it's supposed to be set in the 1940s, but it kind of didn't give off the 1940s vibe, or the writing style didn't. I forgot it was set in the 1940s, except for, like, you know, every now and then them saying stuff that would relate to the 1940s. Otherwise, I didn't know. I would have loved for there to be more mafia, but it was too sweet for me. Not in the sense of, like, it sounds funny when I say that, but what I mean is it was too sweet, especially when I was expecting to go into a mafia. So I would have liked, you know, more mafia action or something more related to the mafia. I felt like it wasn't really like a big thing within the story. If you are expecting to go into this with it being something like Haunting Adeline, don't, because the characters are obviously way different and the story in general is just way different. It gives off different vibes. Is H.D. Carlton still very dark and very spicy and, you know, all that stuff? Yes. So if you are looking for that, then I would definitely recommend this. I had to definitely sit on my rating, which I can't remember the last time I had to generally sit on my rating for like a day. And I did decide to go with 3.5. If I had rated this straight after finishing it, I think I would have rated it 4 stars. But the more I sat on it, the more I'm like, I have quite a few complaints about it. I understand why it ended the way it did. I completely get that, but it was so abrupt. I felt like there wasn't an ending, and quite frankly it annoyed me so much because I wanted more. I was reading it on my Kindle and I turned the page thinking, you know, it wasn't done yet, there's still quite a bit left, but it was finished. And so I felt like there needed to be more, there needed to be something else. Like I said, oh, another complaint which I forgot to say is the ending. It was so abrupt. I understand why it was done the way it was done. I do love our main female character though. I love how selfless she is. Like, she, without spoiling too much, she wants something for herself, but she thinks of others within that situation, and that is what I loved about our main female character. And obviously our main male character, like I said, within a book that I was expecting to be mafia, was too sweet, but in general he was nice. If you don't know this is the story of Adeline's grandmother. So if you've read Haunting Adeline, you'd know that the Adeline get letters written from her grandma. Well, this is her grandmother's story. So that is that I wanted to update with. Then I moved on to another buddy read that I'm buddy reading with Sky from Sky's Library, and we are buddy reading Magnolia Park's A Long Way Home. I haven't made too much of a dent into this currently, but I'm actually not sure what page I'm on. Can listen to the audiobook. So far I'm liking it. I feel like I forgot main points that happen in book 1 and 2 because I've read them separate, so I think I'm going to watch a recap video before I continue. I don't know, I wish I loved the series as much as everyone else loves it. I just don't. I don't know what it is. Like, it's average. It's not that I hate it or anything like that. It's just, I don't know. But like I said, this is one that I'm reading slowly. It's a buddy read. I'm just taking my time with this one. Hopefully I'll be finished with it by the end of the month, which is 4 days time. And then yesterday I started my reread for Heartless by Elsie Silver, and I have been really enjoying this reread. I was sat there and I was like, I want to read something, but I just don't know what. And then something just kept telling me, you reread something. And I was like, oh, Heartless, I want a single dad trope, because obviously that's one of my favourite tropes. Single dad nanny trope, to be precise. Anyway, Anyway, so I decided to reread Heartless because I know that I love it. Because I'm in like this weird place, I thought maybe rereading a book would help me. I read majority of it yesterday. I read up to page 332, which is chapter 27, and I am annotating this copy, and I'm really having a good time with it. So I'm going to sit and try and read the last 100 pages because there's 432 pages. Is there? Yeah, there's 432 pages, so I have exactly 100 pages left, and I should be able to get that finished within about an hour or less. So I am going to try and finish this one today, but like I said, I am having a great time with this reread, and I think this is what I needed. I needed to reread a favourite, and now I want to reread all of my other favourites, so I might be going on a reread journey, which is fine with me, because as long as I'm reading and I'm having a good time, that is all that matters. So I'm going to continue rereading this, and I will give you all an update once I have finished it. Okay, so I have an update. It's a while later and I finished Heartless by Elsie Silver. I really enjoyed my reread of this. Now, I went on Goodreads to say that I finished it and everything, and apparently the first time that I rated this, I rated it 4 stars, which I was actually shocked to figure out. I honestly thought I rated it 5 stars. So, I obviously corrected the mistake that past me did, and I fixed it to 5 stars because this was just so good. I love the chemistry. I just absolutely loved every single thing about this book. There is not one thing I can say bad about this book. And I also have a lot of annotations. I've got to go back through and like put tabs in it. I only highlighted while reading just because that was easier. I enjoyed my time with this. Now, I was just thinking, I was like, do I go into another reread that I've been wanting to do, or do I start a new book? And I think we could all probably guess what I decided to do, and I decided to do another reread. And so I went into my room and looked at my bookshelves, and I was like, what do I fancy rereading? And the Salacious Plays Club series was really like sticking out to me. Because I absolutely love that series. I have a whole vlog about it. And then I was like, well, do I read it in order again, or do I like go all over the place? And the organised me, because I just have to be organised, decided to start off with praise. So I think that is what I'm going to end up doing. I'm going to start with praise and maybe make my way through. Honestly, I'm excited to reread them all. Now, whether I stick to this reread and decide to actually stick to this reread, we will see. I'm just going to go with the flow and with the mood that I'm in. So that is what I'm going to do now. Okay, I have a update. So I did start reading Praise and I got to page 135, and I'm having a great time with this reread. I am loving it. I don't know why, but I'm just in such a big reread mood, and I haven't read this for 3 years, which I actually thought it was sooner. I wasn't expecting it to be like 3 years ago, because I was reading it and I was like, I don't remember most of the things that are happening right now, main details. And so I went on my Goodreads and I looked, and the last time that I read it was in, no, it wasn't Goodreads, it was my Instagram, because I posted that I was currently reading it, and that was in 2022. And I was like, 3 years ago? It doesn't feel like it was that long ago, but it was. And I'm just having a great time. Honestly, I have nothing to say. I'm just loving it. I also forgot how much of a chemistry that these two had pretty much from the get-go, which I love. That's all I came to say, is that I'm having a great time. I am watching sprints, and I don't know, I'm just really enjoying my time reading again, which is crazy because I haven't in a while. And am I reading new things? No. Am I reading things off my physical TBR or my TBR in general? No. But am I enjoying reading? Yes. And that is all that matters. Okay, so I thought I'd do just a quick update or quick check-in, because I didn't yesterday. but I think I did the day before. So yeah, quick check-in is I finished Praise. I don't think I did an update. I don't know if we're talking about that or anything. I really enjoyed it. 5 stars. I had an amazing time rereading it, and I can't wait to reread the second book because obviously I loved the first book, that's 5 star, but I also obviously love the other books in the series as well. And then I also started Latte Darling by S.J. Tilly, and I got to 25% in that, and so far I'm liking it. I would definitely say everything is happening way too quickly. Like, they literally just met and already they are like doing things that you'd normally do if you've known each other for, I don't know, like a couple of weeks. You know what I mean? Like, or a couple of months. Yeah, and she's already saying that she thinks she's falling in love with him. And I don't like the female main character so far. Well, I don't want to say I don't like. I'm not a big fan of her just because I understand that she is saying she's like lonely and that's why she is looking to be in a relationship and everything like that. Fair enough. Fine. That doesn't bother me. What bothers me is she acts desperate. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Especially with someone that she's literally just met. It's like, what is going on? Type thing. So yeah, definitely very like insta-lovey, and I feel like it's very rushed. I think my Kindle says it's like 330 pages, so it shouldn't be this rushed, and I don't even know like what else happened, but I am enjoying it. It's not like I'm not liking it. It's a fun read, but I don't know, I'm not liking how quickly everything is happening because they haven't even got to know each other. They probably couldn't answer one thing about each other. Ugh, I don't know, but this is what I'm currently reading. Oh, also, I don't think I updated this either, but I did also finish Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home, which is the 3rd book in the series, and I still don't know what to rate it because the first book I rated 3 stars, and I think the second book I rated 3.25 stars, so something's telling me to rate this one like 3.5 stars because I did like it a little bit more than the first and second book. Obviously I can't talk about this one too much because it is in the middle of a series and I don't want to like spoil anything accidentally, but I just wanted to let you all know that I have finished that one. I did like it more than the first and second book because I feel like there was more happening. It was talking more about the present than the past, whereas like the first book and the second book was always talking about like the past, well, especially the first book, always talking about like what's happened in the past or whatever, but I felt like the third book really focused on the things that was happening in the present and, you know, them working through things. And was it a lot of up and down? Yes. Was it an absolute emotional roller coaster? Of course. Was I heartbroken in the end? Yes, because yeah, I don't really feel a connection between the characters, but one of the things that happened, if you know, you know, it was definitely really heartbreaking and very unexpected. So anyway, I haven't read any more of Lights Out yet. I just haven't picked it back up. Again, I was enjoying it, but it's just one of those things I keep forgetting that I'm reading, so I do need to finish that. But right now I am going to try and focus on Latte Darling because I would like to try and finish this today. Yeah, like I said, enjoying it so far, feeling very rushed. We'll see if that changes though. Maybe there'll be like a twist or something. We'll see. It is now later on and I finally finished reading Latte Darling, and I had to sit on my thoughts for this a little bit. I did finish this a couple of hours ago, and it's just because I didn't really know my thoughts were, and I still kind of don't in a sense, but I did decide to rate this 3 stars in the end just because there were quite a few things that I just really didn't like about this. The more that I thought about it and the more that I read into it, the more I read, the more I was like, is this over with? Like, I started to get really bored, and that's because I felt like nothing was happening. There isn't really much of a plot at all, actually, now that I think about it. No plot at all, it was all spice. And also I didn't like the fact that in no part of the book did they have a conversation of getting to know each other, and most of the time you obviously do get that conversation in a book, even if it's just a little bit, and I feel like they didn't really have much of one. But then every now and then, like especially our main male character, who'd bring something up about a female main character that I'm just like, how would he know that? They haven't had this conversation. And I know that the author wouldn't have written literally every single detail, but I don't know, it was always just like main points where it's like, this could have been in a discussion of getting to know each other, and I just feel like they didn't really have that discussion. They had like one big one, like one main one. It was kind of like pointless because again, no plot at all. This book wasn't going anywhere, basically. Also, our main male character, he was way too possessive at times. Like, I can't say anything without spoiling it, but something so minor happened and he was so dramatic about it. Honestly, right, okay, there's possessive in books where it's like, oh, he's possessive, whatever, but then
you know what I was gonna say? You know what I was saying in my head?
What?
I was like, we love a possessive man in books.
Yeah, we love a possessive man, but in books, but he can't be too possessive where it's to the point where it's like, you're so dramatic.
It'll get away from me.
Yeah.
I just ruined the clip of that.
Yeah, well, they're probably also thinking, who the hell is she talking to? I could keep that in.
A ghost.
I'm talking to a ghost. Friend.
Are you that lonely?
I like to keep it in and let them like put on text that I'm talking to my sister, not myself.
I'm not actually a ghost.
I'm not actually a ghost. I think that's all I have to say about that book for now, but I thought I would add in a little mini book haul. First off, we have Murder Under the Mistletoe, and obviously you're probably thinking it's spring, Christmas book. This one just sounded really cute. Then we have Starling House by Alex E. Harrow, I think that's how you say it, and this is the Illumicray exclusive special edition, and I absolutely love this because we have the cover, which you can kind of see without the ring light, but it's like a clear cover because the background is actually this, which is stunning. Then we have Never Vacation with Your Ex. I saw this and I was like, this just seems so perfect for summer. It's just giving off the summer vibes. And then we have Moonstone, and I got this one just because of the cover, I won't lie to you, because this is stunning. We have a wolf, and we also have the wolf on the sprayed edges, but I'm excited to get into it. Then finally we have the special edition version of Faybound. You're probably thinking, you recently got a copy of Faybound, and you will be correct about that. I got the paperback, but I really wanted this edition of it because it's stunning. So I'm excited to actually get into this one because I'm starting to get FOMO because everyone talks like very highly about this. So that is the end of today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe and leave this emoji if you watch it to the end, and I hope to see you all in my next one. Bye.